Hello everyone, in this video I am going to teach you how you can install Android Studio and create your own Android application with the help of Android Studio. So to start with, just go to google.com and search for Android Studio. Now here you will see a link for developer.android.com. That is the first link. So click on that link, and once you click, it will show you a download button option. Yeah, see here it is. After that link is opened, we have a button here for to download the Android Studio, and as you can see here, it is mentioned that this download is for 64-bit Windows, so you can download it from here. If you have 32-bit, you can go to this download options link and find your download link there. So just click on this download link, Android Download Studio, and you have to check this checkbox for accepting the terms and conditions, and then just click on download Android Studio for Windows. So your download will start. Let me cancel. Yeah, so once your download is completed, it is finished, then you will have a exe file named as Android Studio IDE. So here you will have it in your downloads folder. Okay, so here is the Android Studio IDE that I have downloaded. Now we can run it. Yeah, so here is your setup. Click on next, click on next. You can change this path if you want, or click on next and click on install. Now it will install all your libraries. Yeah, so it has completed the extraction of all the files. Now you can click on next and finish. Now once you finish, your Android Studio will launch up. Now your Android Studio is launched. So once it initializes, and load all the libraries that it has extracted. Yeah, so it's completed, so you can click on next. Again click on next. You can click on finish, and it is downloading some platform tools that are required. Yeah, so once your Android Studio is successfully installed and you open up the Android Studio, this is the screen that you're going to see. So here it will show the existing projects if you have any, and here are the other options. That is the start a new project, open existing project. You can check out your project from Git or Cloud, or you can import your project. So you have multiple options here. So we'll just start with a new project. So click on start new Android project. So here it will show project template that you can select for whatever device you want. So to start, I'm just going to show you how you can proceed with an empty activity. So just select empty activity, click on next. Here you can give anything as your application name. I'm just showing you, so I'm just giving the demo application as my name, and you can finish. Once you finish, your project will load in the Android Studio. Once it is loaded successfully, I'll show you the basic stuff that you have in the Android Studio. It will take a couple of minutes to load the project. Yeah, so it is opened. Now whenever you create a fresh project, the only thing that you will have in your application is a main activity file. So what is a main activity? It is the file from where your execution starts basically in Android project. So by default it will create a main activity class. It will by default have an onCreate method. This onCreate method will basically set your view and link it with the activity. So the two main things that we have in the Android Studio, in Android project, is activity and the layout or the view. So to connect the view and layout with your activity, this set content view method is used inside the onCreate method. So this is the default method that is already present, and along with this Java file, a XML file is created. So basically this line where we write the set content view, this line will create this file. Okay, so what we have in this file, I'll just show you. It just basically has the attributes or of your view that you have added in your layout, and you can edit it as you want. It is taking a little bit of time to load. Actually this building, my Gradle, it's running, that's why. Yeah, so just a few minutes and I'll show you. So sync has started, it is configuring project. Till it's loaded, I'll show you the other thing. So here you can see three options. So when I click on main activity, I don't have those options, but I have those options for XML file. So these are three options. The last one is the image. In this you can basically see the design of how you want to design it. The first one is the code, so you can edit it in your code. So this is the XML file that you have, and this is the code basically. So you can directly update it in design and it will be updated in your code automatically, or you can select the middle one in which both you can see your design as well as your code. So for now I'll just show you the code. So by default it will just have a text view, okay, and that will show hello world. So this is the basic view, and once it loads I'll show you. Let it build. So this is the main basic thing. Okay, now another thing is, since the Android application is very complex application, it takes a lot of space, lots of time to load. So to speed up your application, there are a few things that you can do. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, so the build is finished. Let me show you first this, and then I'll proceed to the ways that you can do to enhance or improve the speed of your application of your Android Studio. Yeah, so it is loaded. Just a minute. Yeah, so as you can see here we have a palette. Here we have different views, that is view, button, image, text, then widgets, we have layouts, we have legacy, Google, that is you can add map, and all these things are here. So you can just drag and drop, just select, drag and drop to your layout, and you can adjust the length and width, whatever you want. So like here already a text view is added, so I'll just show you with this. So you can drag and drop and you can align it with the help of these. Then if you select any of the view, the attributes of that view will be displayed on in the right panel. So you can edit any of these from here. Okay, here is just that is the theme that you are using, the device that you want to check on, whatever device you want. Then here's the orientation, and this option, the blue icon that you can see here, is the option to select. So if I just want to see my design, I can select design. If I just want to see the blueprint, I can select blueprint. So by default it is design plus blueprint, so both will be displayed. Okay, so this is the view that you can adjust. If you drag and drop something, it will automatically be updated in your code in the XML file. Okay, so this was about the initial code that you have. Now the ways how you can improve your speed up your Android Studio. So first you have to go to file, and here you can see settings option. So just click on settings. Under settings you have a plugins option. So once you go to the plugins option, here you can see multiple plugins are there. So by default all the plugins will be checked. Okay, but you don't need all the plugins to run your application if you are just a beginner. So you can just uncheck few of the plugins that I have done. So you can uncheck Android games, App Link Assistant, change reminder is there, you can uncheck that. Then you can uncheck the Firebase services, GitHub, then Google login and services, and you can uncheck Subversion, then test recorder, testng, TextMate bundles, all these you can uncheck. It is not required. So if you have knowledge on what plugins you need for application, just check all those and uncheck the remaining, and then apply and click on OK. So it will automatically restart your Android Studio and the changes will be applied. So that is one thing. Now the second thing is, again, if you go to file, you can see a power save mode here. So you can just select the power save mode and it will automatically block all the background processes that are going on. So it will basically speed up your Android Studio. And yeah, so these are the two ways that you can do, and there is one more way how you can speed up your virtual device, basically the speed of your virtual device. So I'll show you how you can add and how you can change the settings to speed it up. So if you see a mobile icon here, you just have to click on that mobile icon. It will be named as AVD Manager. So click on that, and once you click on the AVD Manager, that is your Android virtual machine. So I have added these two devices, that's why it's displaying. So you can just create a new device, and you can select any of the devices for any of the gadget that you want. Okay, so here is also option to clone device. You can just click on clone device. So in clone device, what you can do is, you have these options. You can clone this Pixel 2 device and change the settings that you want. So the settings that you can change to speed up is the RAM. First of all, you can change it to like 500 to 800 something. Then you can uncheck all those options under camera and sensors because that are not required, and then you can finish. So it will download your device configuration. Okay, and yeah, and if you want to edit them later, then you can also click on this edit option that you have. You can go to advanced settings and you can edit whatever you want. Okay, now so this is how you can add a virtual device, and you can do these three basic steps to speed up your application. So to give you an example, I'm going to create login application. So everyone can create a login application as a beginner if you follow the steps provided in this video. So to begin, as I have already told you in my previous video how you can create a new project. So you just have to click on you just have to launch your Android Studio, click on start new Android project, select a layout. So you can select an empty activity and then you can proceed. So once your project is loaded, you will end up with this UI. So initially when you load a project, you will just have a main activity. That is something that comes by default. So, and in your main activity, initially you will just have this much of code, that is the onCreate method. So this onCreate method will just set your view and link it with your activity. Okay, so the rest of the code that I have written to create this login application, I am going to teach you step by step how you can proceed. So along with the main activity.java, you will activity underscore main.xml file will also be created. So once you click on that, I'll show you starting from the UI how you can proceed. So for the starting purpose, I have taken a username, a password, a login, and a login attempt. These are the four views, or the four basically the views that I've added to my layout. So for username and password, I have selected plain text. For login, I have taken button, and for to display the login attempts left, I have taken text view. So as I told you, you can add any of the views that you want from this palette to your layout. So I have added these 4 views. Okay, and if you select on these views, as you know that you can adjust its view, drag and drop, and you can set the attributes here in the right panel. So this is the basic look of the login page that I have created. You can change it according to your choice. Now the second thing that you have to do is provide ID to each of these views. So I have given these IDs, that is BTN login, ET username, ET password, and TV info. Okay. Now after that, because after clicking on login button, we want to move to the next activity, next page. So here we are going to create a new activity. I'll show you how you can create. Just go to your application, right click, go to new, go to activity, and here you can see empty activity. Just select empty activity, rename it and create it. So once you create that activity, so I have given the name as welcome activity. So my XML is activity underscore welcome. So in this XML, I have just added a text view where I am writing just welcome user. You can change your view according to your choice. So this is what I have done in the welcome XML. So the main code that I have written is in main activity.java file. So I'll show you how you can do. So as I have added 4 views, so I will have to declare all the views here inside my class. So I have mentioned it like edit text as name, edit text password, text view warning, and button is login. Also I want to display login attempt, so I have taken an integer value and initialized it with 5. Now in the onCreate method, you will have to fetch these views with their ID and store them in the variable that you have declared above. So for that we'll use find view by ID method. We'll just pass the id.et name, whatever ID you have provided in your XML file, and you just have to typecast it whatever with the view that you have created. So this is how you can fetch the values of all these views. Now the warning that I want to set it initially as login attempts left 5. So I have used set text method. Then within this method only, within the onCreate method, I want to set a click listener, on click listener for the login button. Okay, so what I will do is on login, under login I have a method, like for every button there is a method that is the set on click listener method. So I have called this method. I'm creating an instance of on click listener. Under that I have the on click method. So inside this on click method, I have called verify login method, which I want to be called on click of that login button. Okay, so this is the method that I have created. So I have written verify login. I have passed 2 parameters, that is the name and password. So you can just write the get text method to get the text and pass it to string using toString. Then in the verify login method, here is the verify login method. So here also I have just taken 2 parameters, that is username and password, both are string. So I am writing a if else condition in if I am comparing the username with admin and password with 1 2 3 4 5. So if it is satisfied, I want to move to the next activity, that is I want to move to the page that shows me welcome user. So I am creating an instance of intent class, and I will have to pass the 2 activities that is the source and destination, from which activity I want to move to which activity. So I want to move from main activity to welcome activity. So I'll write main activity dot this. Dot this means I am referring to the current main activity that I am present in currently, and welcome activity dot class. So I am referring to the class file of this activity file. Then I'll call the start activity method and pass this intent. So it will, if it comes in the if statement, it will create this intent and pass it, and the activity is started. So I will be navigated to the next activity. Now if the username and password doesn't match, I'm just decrementing my login attempt, and I'm setting my warning with the set text method. So I'm setting this, how many are left. So I'm just here converting the integer value to string and appending it. And if login attempt left are 0, then I'm just disabling the login button. So set enabled is false. So this is the basic thing, this is the basic concept how you can create a login application and move from one activity to another activity, and based on some certain conditions that you want. So this is how I have created a login application. Now I'll show you how after you run, how it will show you in the virtual device. So here you'll have a play button to run the application. Since I've already run it, so I have this button to run it again. Now once you run the application and your build is successful and it installs your application on your virtual device, this is how you are going to see the UI on the virtual device. So you will have a username, you have a password, you have a login button, and it is showing the attempts that are left, the login attempts that are left. So initially it is 5 as we have set it. So now if I enter in the username, if I enter admin, and in password if I just enter 1234 and try to log in, see the attempt is decremented by 1. Now if I give the correct count, that is 5, and if I log in, I will be moved to the next activity and will show display welcome user. The alignment is not proper, that you can adjust yourself, but this is how it will move from one activity to another activity. And the last thing that we have done is, if I have taken username as admin 8 and I try login attempts, the login attempts will decrease by 1, and once it becomes 0, the button will be disabled. So see, the login attempts left are 0 and the button is disabled. So these are the 2-3 functionalities that we have added: how to disable the button, how you can show the display the login attempts, how you can log in with the correct credentials and move to the next activity. So this is the basic Java code that you can use to create your initial application. And so I hope you are able to understand, and you find this video useful, and you are able to create your own application with the help of this video. Thank you so much.